So we're back today, and we're working on cutting out some of this floor pan. I don't like the way that the shifter was put in here, but that's a problem for another day. I think since all this is pretty much solid, we'll cut it basically like the last one, and we will trim right up along this area where these holes are, and right along this side, and cut it right where it meets this panel, and then just rip most of this out. So we'll go ahead and there's that part. And now makes it a lot easier to pull it up from up there. Leaves a lot less to mess with. So I've got my chisels here. Just like last. Just like last. Sometimes I'll do this with an air chisel. Not today, obviously. A little hard to hear with an air chisel going. goes. So there's our rough cutout. Some of this will have to get grinded down a little bit. A little bit more work here and there. But you can see where we're at. So most of the rest of this will probably go back with like probably a 220 flat disc. Straighten some of this out, clean it up a little bit, blow all this area of the frame out. We'll spray some rust coating under here in some of these areas, and then we'll weld our new piece of our floor pan in. And maybe while we got the floor pan out, we can check for any brake leaks in the back there. Now I will say, after bleeding the brakes out, even with our old master, I did get more pressure. I basically let the brakes gravity bleed for a period of time, like 2 days. And I basically just filled up the master, and I undid the bleeders on the back two wheel cylinders, similar to how you've seen me do in a couple videos ago. And I basically just let it sit there like that for a couple days while I started, you know, taking care of some other stuff, working on that Plymouth and just some of the other cars that I got floating around over here. And in the process, I noticed after a little while, I'd get some brake fluid that would drip in the back there. I'm not 100% sure where the brake fluid is going. I do have a new master with a new booster, so we can actually upgrade this to power brakes. And it also has a new proportioning valve. So there will be, either way, a brake upgrade coming soon. I just wanted to get these floors mounted in and get everything grinded down and sealed up so that I can get some paint on these floors and make them look halfway decent and get our new seats mounted in. So that's going to be the videos to come here in the next couple weeks. We're going to see if we can't get everything on the interior wise together and looking really good. And then once we get everything together inside here, we will start working on a couple of the other things that I have planned for this car. And then we'll see where this car takes us. And I think there's a lot of things ahead that, you know, knowledge-wise that I have to offer. We're going to try to figure out why these heating adjustment levers are frozen, stuck. They will not move on, off, up, down. They won't go around at all. So we're going to see if we can't get those squared away. We're going to be taking this out, this radio out. We're taking all that out. We're getting rid of a lot of stuff that's ugly here. Pretty soon you can kind of see here. This is going to be our fabric that we're going to be redoing our dash pad with. Deciding whether to go in the black, similar to what we did for our headliner, or whether we're going to go with this green. Haven't quite decided yet. Stick a little comment there in the sections down below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to our channel. You know, kind of keep you updated with what we got going on. Helps us continue to be able to make content and keep moving forward on some of these builds. Obviously I'm real new to all this situation here, but we're just trying to, you know, showcase a little bit about what we do. Not looking to be a professional restoration shop, just looking to enjoy some old cars and have a good time, and hopefully you guys can come along this journey with me. So stay tuned, like and subscribe some of the videos, kind of help us out there a little bit, and let me know what you guys think and what you guys would like to see on this. We are going to be taking this driver's door panel apart. It catches on this bottom lip. I think it might be on the screw, but it does catch here, and it has pulled the clips loose in between here, and the lock doesn't work at all. It just dangles in there. So we'll see if we can't get that squared away in the next coming videos. And stay tuned for the portion where we put this floor back together. We have the entire floor pan that would go from the front to the back. All of this is so solid, there's nothing wrong with any of this. To cut this all out and go through all that when it doesn't really need it, doesn't make any sense to me. You guys could let me know what you think. Obviously we're getting rid of the major issue where the water does tend to settle in there. The backs are really solid in comparison to what I've seen in other cars, as well as obviously, you know, what the fronts and stuff looks like in this one. We did chop out our old seat, so it's just sort of hanging out over there. Yeah, keep us updated, let us know what you think, and let us know you know, what you think about our progress and kind of how things are coming along. and let us know what you'd like to see in some future videos. But this is basically where we are. I did throw in, since we last was on here, a MSD distributor just from Summit. I haven't wired it up right yet, so we just got a positive going to our battery, and this is our kill switch. That's why I was able to walk under the hood to kill the car. The ignition switch doesn't quite do that at the moment, but again, we're not driving this car yet. We're not out on the street with it. We're not doing anything. These are wires to a V8 that I actually had sitting in the toolbox, and our extra 2 wires are actually, they were on the shelf right here behind me. So this is just temporary wiring solutions, if you want to call it that, to get it to run. And this is my little kill switch here. So needless to say, we are together. Not seeing any fluid leaking off of the master. I am seeing it around the top where it potentially is leaking out of the top as I was tipping it side to side and stuff like that. But I am not getting any fluid on the ground, none under the car or anything like that. So there's a good chance that we have just the bad master, like I had mentioned before. I've got the new one in the box. We'll probably be changing that out on a video. Maybe we'll shoot that tomorrow, potentially have it out later this week. One thing that I did find out was this EGR was, the diaphragm in it was actually open, and that's what was making this run so rough in the beginning videos. We kept checking for vacuum lines or vacuum leaks, couldn't really find any vacuum leaks. Every time I'd spray some carburetor cleaner or throttle body cleaner in this area, it would change the way the car idled. So I started playing with it, started messing around, and the more that I would spray in this area, the more I would get it to change. And so I put a piece of cardboard back here, block this off, and spray just the EGR, and I was able to get it to start acting funny. So that's when I went ahead and pulled this EGR completely apart, and I blew on this part and sucked on it as well. And either way it goes, no matter what, air would just blow right through this. So we took our little vacuum line here and just plugged off the line where that initially went, which we are going to change it to a vacuum cap. But again, we're just working on trying to get it pretty well reliable before we get too carried away. So I blocked this little sensor over here on top of the heater hose, which opens this valve to allow the vacuum from the carburetor to the EGR, which is, you know, this piece here. It's a exhaust gas recirculation valve. So we went ahead and took this out and actually welded this closed. So if I were to pull this back out, this will never work. This will never function again how it initially was intended to. It was just causing a vacuum leak, and ultimately in this car, emissions is not something that's regulated here in our state, especially for a vehicle this old. So we will go ahead and just leave this plugged off, and we are going to get everything sort of tied together and get this thing out on the road soon. We got a lot to clean up. This was the old wire that went to the distributor that does not belong. Just quite a few things to take care of here, but stay tuned as we keep trugging down this adventure here, and let us know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe, all the stuff, you know. I'm sure you've heard it a million times, but it does help the channel out, and we would definitely appreciate it. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week.